Hi. People, I'm gonna ask that you please, man, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, man, like and share my videos. It's greatly appreciated. People, I'm gonna talk about relationship residuals. Relationship residuals. And relationship residuals will be and always be the blueprint to your next relationship. Relationship residuals will always be the blueprint to your next relationship. Now I need y'all to follow me. People, what I've seen in men and what I've seen in women, and I help both, I see that men don't really do carryovers like they should up front. They backdoor their residuals. Women put their residuals on the front. I don't want no good that's gonna hit me. I don't want no guys put their residuals on the back door because they want pussy. A guy will never tell you what they ain't gonna accept, what they dislike or like more than a woman. And the reason why is because guys want pussy. They're on a pussy hunt. But what happens when you meet a guy that's looking for a wife? Not interested in pussy, all right? The woman that deals with that guy is going to be stagnant because dealing with a guy that ain't about pussy, you'll only meet one of those in your life. You can, listen, even a gay guy will look at a beautiful woman and be like, oh, honey, okay? They will put stuff on the back burner. Guys put their stuff on the back burner. Women don't. I will look at my relationships and they don't change me. People, I may say black women are dumb, but I also say men are stupid. Individuals don't hear me when I say men are stupid. I say a lot of things about both men and women. But as a man, I'm dealing with a woman. The things that I say about men, they're not interested in. I hear a lot of women say, I'm tired of dealing with no good niggas. Now, let's talk about that for a second. You're gonna deal with something that's no good for so long that you actually gonna get tired of it. So let us put that in perspective. I'm running a marathon. We all know that a marathon is a pace, not a sprint. So you have to pace yourself. But there are going to be times where you may have to you got to do a little sprinting. But then if somebody invite me to do a marathon, a 5K marathon, I'm 240 pounds. You don't see 240-pound guys running 5K marathons. You don't see it. We get tired. So let's just say I get invited to run a 5K marathon. I'm going to run this 5K marathon, and guess what? I'm going to get tired. When I get tired, I'm going to stop. When I get rest, I'm going to get back at it. So think about this mentality for a second. I hear women saying, I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm tired of dealing with men that cheat. I'm tired of dealing with no good niggas. So, as a nerdmatics tell me that when you're tired of something, you get rest from it, then you return back to it. What Nerdmatics tells me is you should not deal with that in its entirety, let alone deal with it long enough to get tired of it. Now I need y'all to follow me because I'm talking about relationships residuals. Talking about relationship residuals. Appreciate those thumbs up, man. Come on, stop fucking with me. Don't be fucking with me here. Don't be fucking with me here. I'm laughing at something else. People, I was in an abusive relationship. Atia LaShawn Bradley used to beat on me and put me in a hospital. For that, I don't deal with negativity. I understand the origins of negativity. You never heard nobody break down negativity like you heard me break it down. I understand negativity. Let me tell you something about companionship. You can tell somebody when they're trying to forge it, or you can tell when somebody say, you know what? You ain't got to be in a relationship with me if you don't want to. You ain't got it. You know why? Because they want to return to the world of, I'm bouncing, baby, and all this nonsense. You can tell. People, I'm not interested in nothing else but a wife. I'm not. All right? Every woman that I've dated, every woman I've tried to date knows, girl, I just wanted to be in a relationship with him. Girl, he turned down all this. Girl, look at all this ass I got. He ain't even want to just fuck with me. Ask the idiot across the street from me. No, right? Because I have morals and because I put my standards on up front, and women aren't used to that, it spawns negativity. Now I need y'all to follow me. People, I say what I mean what I say. Now here's what never is on record. Here's what, in my 51 years of living, nobody could say he said something foul to me out of the blue. Whenever I'm talked about being mean, my attitude would always, and I mean always, get to seem to be left out of the equation. Is the nonsense that was said to me that brought it out of me. Because I want to be clear about something. At 51 years old, I have in over 35 years, I have over 37 years of being the way that I am. I can go back to my life at 15 years old and you can see the person that I am today. I did not waver from it. There's not one woman in my life that said, girl, he fucked me, and I ain't never heard from him again. If you laid on your back for me, you was my woman. But what that got me was, oh, you was a sucker for love, oh, blah, 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 blah. And what it also got me is I can beat on you and I can do whatever I want to you because you want this. You want this. You want this. You love my mom. You want to be a good son so bad, I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to say women will never do things to men unless they don't deserve it. And what is the purpose of you? And I don't like what you do because you offend my nieces. And my mom is like, you want love, you want family so bad, your moral code is so high that I can disrespect you on the same tier. I need y'all to follow me because I'm talking about relationships residuals. People, when you've been in an abusive relationship, you know who's gonna not like it more? It's the person you're gonna be in a relationship with next. Not from the perspective, I'm talking from a man's perspective. Not because of anything other than you're sensitive to attitude. Now, I used to date Jennifer Lopez's cousin. And you know what that woman said to me? That woman said, a woman is supposed to push a man's buttons. That's what she said. She said, a woman is supposed to push a man's buttons. Now, let that sink in. You're trying to be at one with somebody. You're trying to love somebody, and their perspective is, I can push your buttons. Now, what exactly is pushing someone's buttons? Pushing someone's buttons is nothing more than a form of control, right? But that's what I was told. I was told that a woman is supposed to push a man's buttons. Now, let's just say that 50% of the women lowball it. Let's just say 50% of the women believe that perspective. Are they going to tell you up front? Let's just say 50% of men think that you should beat the hell out of women. Are they going to tell you that up front? Are they going to tell you that up front? Is a man going to say, listen, you know, the last chick I was dating, you know, I used to beat the hell out of her. Are they going to tell you that up front? Is a woman going to tell you that I have an attitude? Here's what I've heard. I don't talk much, but when I get mad, so you shy as all hell, and the only time you can talk is when you get mad. I also heard that theory, a black woman is like a tea bag. You never know how strong she is until you put her in hot water. I went up under that posting and I said, this is the most horrific thing I've ever heard. Because honestly, I want the best out of my woman in good times. Don't tell me you're at your best when things are at chaos and confusion. But I need y'all to follow me. Because I'm talking about relationships, residuals. I tell everybody what I want up front, what I'm not going to tolerate. People, I've never had a woman break up with me. I've always broke up with a woman. Let me tell you about a woman that I tried to date this year. Very beautiful woman. Very voluptuous, beautiful woman. But I got to watch this woman work. I'm not going to get all into the details, but I got to watch this woman work. We spoke, everything was cool. I got to watch this woman work. We exchanged numbers, we started talking. We exchanged numbers and we started talking, and then when we started talking, what she said to me was, I'm telling you now, I got 4 kids, right? And I went into my set like I always do. Listen, I've been in an abusive relationship, so I can't do attitude. Because attitude is where all hell lives. Everybody will agree with that. Every woman that I've ever dated in my life would agree to that. But that's not what happened during the relationship. That's not what happened. There's a changing of the tides when I'm love you is said and things. It's like, now I could. Now, Lisa Lopez, Jennifer Lopez's cousin, said, and I'm going lowball and say 50% of all women think like that. You're supposed to push your man's buttons. This is what was said to me. So the residuals of the relationships that I've been in, I'm smart enough to know now that when I meet somebody, I know what to package up front. But remember what I said earlier. And what I said was, and I heard what I said because I was sitting in this car when I said it. I said, what I said was, women put all their I ain't toleratings up front because the expectation is, well, you want some pussy. And because you want some pussy, I can tell you, I don't like this, I don't like that, blah, 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 blah. And a man to sit down there and go, okay, you want to be able to call me 50 times a day, okay, you want to be, and you want wifey benefits, and you're only after just 2 hours of meeting you, and if you say, dang, I'm hungry, I'm supposed to say, well, what do you want to eat? I'll buy things for you. This is what is expected of women. Listen, I can say things and I'm not expected to live by it. I can say things and what I said get totally misinterpreted as something else And it's like, I'm going to take what you said and I'm going to apply it to it. I'm going to remix it and you're going to apply it to one in the same. And that's not what I said. But I'm talking about relationships, residuals, right? That's what we're talking about. Atia LaShawn Bradley showed me that negativity, Atia LaShawn Bradley showed me that there's a certain threshold that people get past where there's a comfortability that says, you know what? Now I can execute. Now I can be, because I don't know. I got time invested. He said he loved me or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's one of those things where you'll never get an answer because it just exposes the other perspective of how estrogen thinks. But what Atia LaShawn Bradley showed me is that, no, hold on. I got sidetracked. I was talking about the woman that I met this year. So let me go back to that. So I met that individual, we exchanged numbers, and it was like, I'm telling you now, I got 4 kids. The way that was presented to me was like, don't run for the hills, blah, 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 blah. I said, listen, like I said, I seen this woman work. I said, you know, I admire your work ethic, but I'm a nerd. I don't have no rap. So we do this thing, and four days later, everything that I said, it was like, you this and you. I had to ask this individual, I said, hold on. Did I hit a hate button with you or something? It was, you 4 days now, 4. People, I met another woman, this is back in 2017, I met a woman, and I met this woman, and I met her on Friday, and 4 days later on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, yep, 4 days later, I just thought about that, the 4s. 4 days later, this woman asked me, are you in Suffolk? I'm like, nah. Oh, because I need you to bring me something to eat. Now, I don't know what was going on in this individual's head. This individual had 5 kids by 3 different dudes. She had 5 kids by 3 different dudes. She was 45 years old, had a minimum wage job, and she lived with her mother. And I met her on Friday. 4 days later, she asking me to bring her something to eat. 8 days after that, a total of 12 days, she sent me a picture of 3 rings and said, pick which one out you want to buy me because I want to get married. I'm talking about relationships residuals. I threw that in. Everybody that deals with me is not dealing with somebody that's going to beat on them. It's not dealing with somebody that's going to cheat on them. It's not dealing with somebody that's not going to be considerate. It's not going to deal with somebody that's going to come home late. It's not going to deal with somebody that's going to try to F your friends. It's not going to deal with somebody that's trying to F your sister. It's going to deal with somebody that's 100% totally a team player. But it's dealing with somebody that was in an abusive relationship physically and mentally, and I have hospital records to prove it. And on top of that, then said, since you don't want to, let me do my dance, since you don't want to let me beat on you, you're not going to have a relationship with your daughter. And because of that, I cashed in on my pain, and I wrote this book, When Dads Cry. I wrote this book in 4 days. And if you think it's a one-off, I wrote 9 more books. I wrote 10 more books in 6 months. It took me 6 months to write 11 books. I found my gift. Another story. But the name of the book is When Dads Cry. Not the gift of children, not happy dads, when dads cry. There is residuals of my morals sprinkled out throughout my entire life. But for some reason, I listen to individuals and I'm like, I'm not giving you 1 ounce of what the last individual gave you. Because here's what happens. Residuals don't need to be revisited. What you don't ever want, and like I said, remember this perspective I gave? You can't keep kicking a dog, then change owners, and then a new dog, the new owner, can show that dog his new sneakers. Because the second that new owner comes up to that dog and lifts his leg up and say, look at my sneakers, it's gonna bring back residuals, negative memories, and I don't know, you probably get his foot bitten off or something. But here's what no person could say when it comes to me. He talked to me like a POS. He disrespected me. He tried to cheat on me. He tried to fuck my sister. He tried to fuck my girlfriend. He's very disrespectful. Nobody can say that. I can't say that. I can say that when individuals listen to my videos, they all do the same thing. You know why? Because they all done the same thing. But when I say that, individuals change. Individuals switch up. I get the phoniness. I can sense phony. People, I'm gonna tell you something about a nerd. We add things differently. It's called nerdmatics. I named it. I tell everybody what I want up front, and I will challenge any woman to say they met a man and gave them a list of don't wants and not gonna put up with. People, I'm not putting up with attitude. I'm not. That is a prelude for bad. Go to therapy. Go seek out therapy. I'm not dealing with attitude. I'm not dealing with it from my own mother. My own mother said, you know what, F you, son. And I have an arsenal of bad that was done to me, and it means nothing. Because the expectations of a relationship is what the woman wants. Is that what it is? It's what I dealt with, I brought on myself. What you dealt with, people just did to you. And here's what I mean by that. I didn't find a no good person and try to rehab them. Now I got a residuals of bad. I didn't do nothing. I don't have nobody in my arsenal that I've dated that I tried to rehab. I don't have that. I don't have no collection of messed up. I dealt with all good people, and good people gave me, good women hit on me. Because the expectations of that was, I gotta try to find a way to make you look like the bad person. You're the man. And one thing that I always had to deal with in a relationship is the individuals that I was dealing with had to fabricate bad. I tell them about themselves. That's bad. Oh, that's bad. But you was dealing with somebody that was trying to F all your friends. Residuals of relationships is what everybody got to deal with. So what's your residuals? Did you do it to yourself? Did you date that woman with 5 kids by 5 different dudes and had the dumb audacity to think you can put a ring on her finger and marry that trash? Is that what you did? Is that what you did? Now, oh, she screwed you. Oh, you made her had a baby. Oh, she took you down for child support. But the other 4 niggas that she had babies with, she ain't take them, but she took you. Is that your fight? Is that your fight? Oh. So you met a dude with 3 kids by 3 different women, and oh, he sold you on the fact that he was at a different place in his life. Really? But he got you, and you so good, but he ended up with you. Ain't nobody ended up with me. I don't let nobody mask booty at some end of the tunnel railroad bull of being my wife. The individual that live across the street from me, drop dead gorgeous, professional. You see her every day. She looks like a different person every day. She's very beautiful, everything, but she's a hoe. So you're not gonna mask all that and then I say, no. It was nice knowing you. Goodbye. Because nobody can say they got a minute of my damn time. All of my hurt was brought because the assumption was he wants a relationship more than me. That's it. That's what all of my, I'm gonna tell you what my ex-wife said to me. My ex-wife had a son before we got married, and we was living in a 1-bedroom apartment. And I said to my wife at the time, we're gonna go get us a 2-bedroom so Anthony can have his own room. She got mad at me about a week later or so and said, you could have your 2 bedrooms. I could have it? I could have it? I could have it. I could have. And the reason why that was said to me is because it was expected. Oh, no, this is what you want. So I've been shown that even in the midst of affording greatness, empathy, sympathy, being considerate, I've been shown that there's an expectation of I got this guy figured out. And as long as I could hold this to him, that I'm gonna tell you something. I can't do stupidity. I can't do deflection. I can't do that. That is ugly to me. That is and I'm gonna tell you something. When it's done repeatedly and repeatedly, you get to the point where you got to start hurting feelings. I don't want to do that. I don't. It is amazing to know that somebody can get in the car, take the key, have 5 keys on the key ring, put it in the key ring, and don't know how to comprehend when you're talking to them. Knowing that they now turned into somebody else because of the residuals of their relationships. Oh no, I gotta win. Oh no, I gotta act like I don't know what's going on. People, I'm gonna tell you something. If you go into an apartment building where it's, let's say, 5 stories with 10 apartments on each floor, with 3, let's just say 2 people in each apartment, 10 apartments on each floor, 2 people, that's 20 people per floor, 5 floors, 100 people live in that building. Under one roof, there are 100 people. That's a lot of personalities. The person that live in 1B is quiet. The person that live in 1F always arguing. Upstairs on the 2nd floor, on 2D, there's an old lady, but next door to her is in 2F, the individual selling drugs. And on the 3rd floor, it's just a whole bunch of senior citizens. On the 4th floor, it's a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans, but there's one Haitian dude that's always arguing with them. It's just a whole much going on. When you have a one-family home, it's more harmony. More harmony. When you deal with somebody has dealt with a lot of people, just understand, appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Do understand that you are dealing with the residuals of their relationships. I haven't dealt with a lot of people. I haven't. I tell you guys that all the time. I make no shame about it. I don't have no chicks in them. I never lived that life. I don't roll like that. I have a girlfriend, that's how I roll. Have a good day.